Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a drink.
All right. With that, we are back in Lobby Bar for the week of June the 22nd, 2026. Brian and Michaela with you. And Michaela, this weekend was happy Father's Day. Right? This weekend was Father's Day. I guess a happy Father's
It
Day
was.
to all the fathers out there. Hopefully, you got to go out and take in a movie. And it seems like everyone in the world decided to take in the same movie. But more on that to come soon. But how's it going? How's Texas? I saw it's been a bit rainy there with the tropical storm coming through. Hopefully, you got your Texas sunset or sunrise at some point.
No, well, I got a sunrise. It's sort of sunny right now. It's interesting though because I feel like the
You get
universe
your
was like,
daily wall
Michaela,
of heat that washes
yeah,
over you.
yeah. Well, it's less so now. It's just it feels more like Houston in San Antonio now than I think it ever has, which is a shame. Um, I think the universe was like, "Hey, Michaela, remember what it was like to live here? Remember why you don't live here anymore?" Yes, 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 you do. But yeah, it was a pretty good weekend though. Played some pool with my dad.
Excellent.
Yeah, you know, made a couple drinks. That was fun. That was fun. How about yours? Did you go and join the horde of people who watched the number one film probably in the last month?
Number one film for a long time, probably. Will it be the number one film of the year? Time will tell. But I did not go see it. I'm going to see it here later today. I think you're also going to go see it later today, so we can talk about it more this week. But more to come on that here in just a second. We're burying the lead a little bit. Let's get our cocktail going here. First things first. As I mentioned, walls of heat. It's hot, and I wanted to do something that we've not really done before, I don't think. That is a frozen daiquiri. We've made like a regular daiquiri. I think we've talked about that on the lobby bar, maybe done it for a regular episode here at some point, but we've never done a frozen one, which is that islandy resort life staple around the world. And we don't get into frozen drinks too much here on the podcast, but every once in a while they do strike a chord. And I thought that a daiquiri sounded good, and I saw a recipe, and it was dead simple. It was nice and clean, just like a regular daiquiri. But this is a frozen variety, and it's really simple for the lobby bar too, which is nice because the daiquiri, as we all know, is just three ingredients. It's white rum, it's lime juice, and it is simple syrup. So that's all you're going to need here to make this frozen daiquiri. I guess ice cubes. I guess that's technically a fourth ingredient, but we'll let that one slide. So let's go ahead and make one of these, Michaela, and then we can talk about the ingredients here because there's only three. So what you're going to need, this is going to make two. Into your blender with a cup and a half, roughly, of ice is 4 ounces of white rum, whatever white rum you want to use. Don't go anything too crazy here. 2 ounces of juice, more on that in a second, and 2 ounces of simple syrup. Now, you might know if you've made a traditional daiquiri, that is a little bit higher ratio of the simple syrup. And that's important when you're doing something that is frozen and blended because it's going to give it a little bit more mouthfeel. It's going to give it a little bit of viscosity. If you don't have a little bit more simple syrup in there, it's going to be just, pretty crunchy ice. You don't want to do that. So 2 ounces of the simple syrup there is important. And I say 2 ounces of juice. Now, the juice can be anything you want as long as one of the ounces of this juice is lime juice. So you could do 2 ounces of lime juice if you just want it straight up daiquiri, or you could do an ounce of lime juice and then an ounce of whatever you want to flavor it up. So you could do juice. I'm a big fan of like the real infused exotic syrups. Not a sponsor, but hopefully should be. People at Real reach out to us because I was on their website and they have, I think I counted 29 different syrups that you can get from there. So that's going to make up my other ounce. I'm going with banana. You can go with whatever you want, but then just hit go on the blender, let it rip until it's your desired consistency. Sip and enjoy. So, Michaela, what do you think about a straight up frozen daiquiri? But then, if you're infusing a flavor, what are you going with?
Ooh, that's hard. A probably maybe a mango daiquiri, maybe.
Okay.
If it's like real, like good, either mango syrup or pureed mango. Just because I think that sounds very islandy. I've never
Hmm.
had
Hmm.
a frozen daiquiri that's just lime juice, and so I'm actually
Okay.
really tempted to give this a shot because there's a reason why this is one of the most popular drinks. I don't know if it was just me, but growing up as a kid, I would go to Red Lobster and I would get a strawberry daiquiri, like a virgin style, right?
Okay.
And that was like the fanciest thing that I ever had to drink. It was super, super fun. Like on my birthday, I'd get to go and have a strawberry daiquiri. It was so good. So
You get a
uh,
virgin strawberry daiquiri and a basket of Cheddar Bay biscuits.
that's right. That was the only way to fly when I was like nine, turning nine. It was a big deal. So I'm actually really excited to try this kind of an unflavored or like a cleaner version of this
Mhm.
because I mean this drink has inspired so many other things, kind of like the margarita, which we give a lot of love to as well. So
Mhm.
very exciting, and I think doing it frozen is probably I don't know the only way I've ever had a daiquiri. I don't think I've ever had one on the rocks the way you would like a margarita. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not surprised by your banana daiquiri choice. I'm not
I'm going.
surprised by that at all.
I'm going
It's
banana, but yeah, I mean there's like 25 different ones you could go with here with these syrups. I'm gonna gonna spend $1,000 ordering syrups here so I can play around with these. But yeah, frozen daiquiri, I think it's good to go. It's nice and simple. Obviously, you can scale that up really simply if you're making a bunch of these for a pool party or something like that. As we make our way through the summer, you are probably going to take in some movies because we've had a lot of big ones come out. The biggest one this weekend is of course, it is Toy Story 5, taking in $160 million here in the United States and another $152 million worldwide. So it's already up to $312 million here on the opening weekend. That is a pretty good start to uh, Buzz and Woody and crew there. So we're going to be talking about that more on the regular episode this week. So more to come on that later. Disclosure Day, Obsession, Backrooms, and Scary Movie just slide down a spot to round out the top five there. We do have some stuff coming out, though. Wanted to talk about. First up is Jackass, Best and Last. I think there was a Jackass film that came out in 2020 or 2021, something like this. But this is apparently like the official, actual send off for Johnny Knoxville and crew there and the Jackass. It looks like part like documentary, part farewell kind of thing. Jackass wasn't something that resonated with me necessarily, but I know a lot of people hold it like near and dear to a specific time in their life. Any interest in Jackass, Best and Last, Michaela?
um probably not. I don't know. I think I missed the timing on this because I had some contemporaries that absolutely thought this was like the coolest show ever, and they were known for doing like crazy stunts and like weird pranks and things like that. And I think that we have a whole channel now that does this. It's called the Chive Channel. I think.
Oh,
I think that's what
mm-hmm,
the Chive
mm-hmm.
Channel does. But like this was the
I don't know.
first show to be like, I got a great idea. Let's take a guy, Johnny Knoxville, and throw him out of a cannon. Let's just or
Let's do it.
have him like I don't know, ping pong naked. I don't know. They did a lot of weird stuff. So I'm excited, I guess that they're doing it again, saying goodbye. But I'll probably miss this in the theater. I've got like 37,000 things I gotta watch this summer, so
That's true. That's
I'm
true.
gonna miss it.
One of the things we do have to watch is Supergirl that's coming out this week. This is my most excited for movie of the summer, so definitely looking forward to seeing that. That releases here this week. And speaking of Supergirl herself, Millie Alcock, got her not her acting start necessarily, but kind of got her first little glimpse into the living rooms of everyone around the world because she, of course, starred in House of the Dragon as the young Targaryen there, which is also back this week. Started up on HBO just last night. So go ahead and get into that. I freaking love House of Dragon, so I'm very excited. I did not watch the opening episode last night. I'll probably give it a week here and then jump into it. Give it like a week in arrears. So, Michaela, you taking in House of the Dragon?
I am looking forward to seeing House of Dragon. I am a huge fan of I don't know the first four seasons of Game of Thrones, and then it kind of jumped the shark. But the last two seasons of House of Dragon, if you're into any of that fantasy stuff, it's very dark, but it's real well done. And she did a great job. I'd never seen her before, so it was really neat to see her come out in such kind of a powerhouse role because
Mm-hmm.
it is definitely this film is all about how Supergirl is not her cousin, how, she loves her little dog and she feels very out of place. And so there's going to be a lot of action, but I think it's also going to be like a character, like a really a way for her to show off her acting chops, which is really great.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. Definitely looking forward to it. Superman was probably my favorite movie from last year, so definitely looking forward to it. Last week on the podcast, we talked about Disclosure Day, another movie that we both really liked and had a good chat about that. Did the video podcast, so see that on Spotify or YouTube if you want to get there. We talked about Disclosure Day. We talked about everyone's favorite Steven Spielberg films. So let us know what you thought about that. And this week coming up, we're going to be talking about Toy Story 5, not Toy Story 1, 2, 3, or 4, although I'm sure they will come up. But Toy Story 5 is on the docket for this week. Over on Patreon, we talked about Masters of the Universe, which is pretty exciting stuff over there. So you can go check that out on Patreon. It's patreon.com/drink the movies. And we appreciate our patrons so much. All right, Michaela, summer is setting in. Father's Day is in the rears. We're about ready to turn the page into July. And what better way to do that than with a frozen daiquiri? So go ahead and try one of those out. Let us know at home if you have a favorite daiquiri addition, what your favorite fruit flavored daiquiri, if you had like a cool one on vacation or something like that. Let us know. We'll try to recreate it. And we'll talk to you all next week in the lobby bar.